everyone, and welcome back to another weekly wrap-up by Connected Travel. I'm going to start with our borders. There's not much that has been going on this week. The great news is, though, this Monday, Tassie is opening up to Western Australia, Northern Territory, Queensland, not New South Wales yet, not Victoria yet, and South Australia. Now, they're hoping to open up on the 2nd of November to New South Wales. No talk yet of Victoria, but Regional Victorians, get excited. From the 2nd of November, you're going to be allowed to travel to the Northern Territory. There are permits and that are in place. So if you're going to Tassie, you have to jump on their app and complete where you've been in the last 14 days. If you're going to Northern Territory, there's a border permit that you have to complete and take with you when you arrive there. Now, I know it can get confusing. The Kiwis last week, the first lot of Kiwis that came into Sydney and landed and not having to quarantine, they ended up all over Australia, not realising they can't come to Victoria, they can't go to Perth. I don't know how they managed to actually get there, but we all found out, the government found out, and there's a few things that need to be ironed out. Some other positive news. So the Australian government, the Northern Territory government, and Qantas have discussed and put on some more flights to get some more Aussies home. There's 4 flights coming from New Delhi, 3 flights scheduled to come from London, and 1 from Johannesburg. Now, the people on these flights do not get included in the caps. So they're actually allowing more Aussies home on these flights. If you have someone stuck overseas, get in touch with me and I'll happily share that information with all the schedules coming up. I want to share with you what flying internationally is going to look like in the future. And this is based on what Etihad have got out at the moment. They've got a wellness program. Now, with this wellness program, anytime before you fly, you can contact an ambassador 24/7 and ask them any questions whatsoever. The ambassadors are there to make sure the health and hygiene protocols are being followed. When you board your plane, you're going to be handed a wellness kit. In this wellness kit, you've got a mask, you've got gloves, you've got hand sanitizer. Masks are mandatory. They've changed all the seat covers, the carpet, the air filters. These air filters are apparently catching 99% of the airborne microbes. Another thing, it's mandatory to get a COVID-19 test before your flight. Now, I have a feeling that this is going to be mandatory for many other airlines to come. Cathay Pacific, Virgin Atlantic and British Airways, they're 3 airlines that are already doing this as well. Great news. Now, researchers in Sydney at the moment are trialling a COVID test. This COVID test is going to be able to give you results within 15 minutes and will detect any sign of COVID up to 72 hours before you actually show symptoms. It's actually good news. Unlike Singapore, Hong Kong and South Korea, which have the GPS watches or wristbands, feeling like a prisoner, but it allows you to self-quarantine at home. Going on to the destination of the week. Now, you can't actually get off the plane to get to this destination, but I am really excited. You've all heard of the Northern Lights. Did you know that there's such thing called the Southern Lights? The Southern Lights proper name is called Aurora Australis, and it's really close to us here in Australia. They guarantee that you'll get to see these lights. They've timed it particularly to make sure you'll get to see these lights. There's astronomers on board and a professional photographer to help you capture that perfect photo on your iPhone. I'm going to end with a Friday funny. Now, the reason why I'm sharing this one is because most of you have had experience with budget airlines getting you with those hefty fees. This particular man, 19-year-old from the UK, received a ticket from his girlfriend's dad as a present, and unfortunately on that ticket it had his Facebook name, not the name that appears on his photo ID. He went and obviously rang the airline, tried to get his name changed, and it was going to cost him £220. This legend, instead of paying that, he went and changed his name by default for free so that he didn't have to fork out £220. It was a few years ago. Not sure if he's changed his name back again now to his proper name, but what a champion. He's avoiding those hefty fees, those cheeky... That's all for this week. Hope you guys have a great weekend. Unfortunately, my team, do not judge me, I love my team, did not make it into the grand final. But go Tigers! See ya!